could have thought that NASA would keep away from the public vital facts and discoveries affecting our planet Earth and everyday life? In 2014, an interstellar object exploded over Earth, and for 3 years, experts were unable to confirm their discovery due to restricted access. 8 years ago, a meteorite measuring just 1.5 feet long slammed into Earth's atmosphere, traveling at more than 100,000 miles per hour, before exploding into tiny hot fragments and falling off. That was a speed far beyond the average velocity of objects that orbit within the solar system. A professor from Harvard, Avi Lieb, and his graduate student Amir Siraj claimed that the meteorite crashed into the Earth near New Guinea in 2014. However, NASA scientists dismissed these claims as unclassified data. Avi Lieb, a Harvard graduate and astronomer from Israel, alongside his research partner Amir Siraj, carried out extensive research in 2019 and concluded that it came from outside our solar system, making it the first interstellar meteor to hit Earth, but was unable to confirm their findings. Meteors are relatively small celestial objects made of rock and metal that enter the Earth's atmosphere. Lieb also argued that another interstellar visitor, known as Oumuamua, that hurtled past the Sun in 2017, could have been made by an alien civilization. Unfortunately, Lieb and Siraj were met with skepticism when they announced the finding until the US military confirmed their results after conducting their own research. According to the US Space Command, which is part of the US Department of Defense, Deputy Commander John E. Shaw and Chief Scientist Joel Moser confirmed that the previously identified object was certainly an interstellar object. The study shows that the speed assessment submitted to NASA is sufficiently detailed to indicate an interstellar trajectory. The Space Command scientists went further in their research to validate Lieb and Siraj's discovery, and the results were forwarded to NASA and the European Space Agency. In case you don't know, the Space Command oversees US military operations in space and monitors space objects that may pose a threat to Earth. Surprisingly, NASA challenged Space Command's assessment of the object, claiming that the brief period of acquired data, which was less than 5 seconds, makes it difficult to clearly identify if the object was a meteor or not, and actually interstellar. The meteor, named CNEOS 2014-108, is about the size of a dishwashing machine. It blasted into our atmosphere on January 8, 2014, near Papua New Guinea's Manus Island. Siraj was an undergraduate at Harvard at the time of the discovery, and Lieb was his advisor. They were investigating Oumuamua when they started searching for additional interstellar objects and stumbled across the meteor data. According to Siraj, dozens of similar meteors strike Earth each year, but this one was abnormally fast and flew from an unexpected direction, indicating it came from outside our solar system. The meteor was in an unbound orbit, whereas other meteors are always in closed orbits as they circle the Sun. The meteor had been speeding at around 160 kilometers per hour before colliding with Earth. So when NASA refuted their research analysis, despite the backing of the US Space Command scientists, Lieb and Siraj wrote a manuscript on their discovery and submitted it to peer-reviewed journals. However, the research was rejected because it was based on confidential information. Yes, some US government military data is often classified as confidential for security reasons, so their manuscript couldn't be published, though the pair stated at the time that they were 99.99% sure of their findings. Later, a senior defense official volunteered to help and successfully get the Defense Department to confirm the discovery. Then, the meteor is the third interstellar object discovered in our solar system, following Oumuamua and a comet discovered in 2019 called Borisov, neither of which collided with Earth. Comets are smaller bodies composed of ice, dust, and rocky particles, whereas meteorites are considerably massive bodies composed of rock and metal. According to Siraj, his and Lieb's discoveries on the interstellar meteor imply that there are many more of them out there. He believes its speed indicates it came from deep within another planetary system, close to that system's star and not far from the boundary or edge of such a planetary system, of which the scientist believed could be true. Scientists have now formally confirmed the team's findings. In a memo dated March 1st and released on Twitter on April 6th, Lieutenant General John E. Shaw, deputy head of the US Space Command, claimed that the 2019 examination of the fireball was sufficiently accurate to affirm an interstellar trajectory. This confirmation makes the 2014 meteor the first interstellar object ever identified in our solar system. Scientists believe that some pieces of the meteor may have survived the journey through Earth's atmosphere and fallen into the sea, and are considering if it's possible to retrieve fragments of the meteor from the bottom of the Pacific Ocean. Siraj and Lieb plan an expedition to try and recover some of the fragments next year. The pair rose to fame after claiming that Oumuamua, an uncommon object from outside the solar system observed tumbling past the sun in 2017, could have been an extraterrestrial artifact, such as a light sail powered by solar rays or a communication dish. While locating the fragments of this interstellar debris may be a near impossible mission, Siraj appears to be unduly committed to the task. Siraj is now the director of interstellar object research for the Galileo project. He launched the Galileo project last year, a project set out to carefully look for physical evidence of extraterrestrial technological civilizations. The Galileo project's goal is to find unidentified aerial phenomena and Oumuamua-like interstellar objects via scientific analysis of data obtained with cutting-edge instrumentation. According to the company, the data and analysis process will be transparent and open to the public. Lieb is now undertaking a $1.5 million privately funded mission to retrieve pieces of the meteor from the ocean floor. He recently reported that the group had obtained funds for the new research project. Lieb has narrowed his search region to approximately 40 square miles based on data from the Defense Department. "It's like mowing the yard," Lieb explained. "We intend to use a sled equipped with a magnet to scoop a very thin layer off the top of the sludge." He claims that testing the composition of the object will reveal whether it's similar to those present in our solar system. There's also the probability that it will be made of some alloy that nature cannot simply put together, implying that the object is technological, Lieb noted. The young enthusiastic explorer said further, "If you're wondering what my desire is, if it's of artificial origin and some component of the object survive, and if it has any buttons on it, I'd love to press them." But several astronomers are very skeptical about all these. Many astronomers rejected the hypothesis that the object would be technological, arguing that there are simpler and more likely natural explanations for that. Some even doubt that the meteor originated outside of our solar system. Many questioned the entire collection of data and findings, stating that it's impossible to observe small, rapid objects in the atmosphere, let alone assess them. If you're a satellite looking at a meteor, you can see and capture the left-to-right motion, but it's difficult to discern if it's heading towards you or away from you, said Steve Desch, an astrophysics professor at Arizona State University. Besides, this data has been filtered, Desch stated, because some of the data is from a network that includes classified military satellites. The public data has been stripped of original information that could betray U.S. defense capabilities, such as error bars that could have reflected the precise measurement of the object. Hence, he claimed this would make estimates of the object's velocity prone to error, making it hard to confirm if it was indeed interstellar. More than anything, Desch opposed the search for the fragments, stating that there are too many variables such as atmospheric winds and ocean currents, making it hard to pinpoint a search location. The team would be hunting for mere grams of material that have been swirling around on the ocean floor for years, Desch added. Another scientist also criticized Lieb, saying, "You may rent a submarine and go down to the bottom of the ocean on a wild goose chase. You may take all of your money and throw it into the middle of the ocean. Go ahead if you wish." Ironically, Lieb is undeterred. To him, the expedition is an opportunity to make history. If Lieb discovers fragments of the meteor, and it is of interplanetary origin, it may be the first time humans have access to an interstellar object of this magnitude. Who knows? It could be the key to unlocking several mysteries surrounding our universe. In answer to his critics, Lieb calls his study interstellar archaeology. What a heroic act!